Our men are running!
Hello everyone, and today I was asked by Victor Gonzalez to make an epilogue video about how did I manage the game of Zheng Jiang. So first thing, I will go from the beginning until the end, like all the, like in a chronological order. So at the beginning, you try to capture this city along with this settlement, and then you start expanding. Now the thing that now I realize that I did like a mistake with Zheng Jiang campaign is that I delayed the attack too much and I let the enemy grow too strong, and then it was a bit harder to expand. So if you watch my campaign, so I don't think it was that good to take that much of a while, even though I did save some money when I was waiting because I disarmed all of my most of my army. Anyway, so you should just start and conquer like that city and that settlement, and then start expanding to this area. And at the beginning of the game, it's a very important thing to go for the industry buildings, like the private workshop. No, the state workshop. But at the beginning, the corruption is very low, so this building is not that important. It reduces the corruption. Also, at the beginning, I don't think you can really have it. Like only from here, it's actually beginning to be like very useful, because the corruption is also for the other commanderies, like surrounding every commandery that I'm building it. So at the beginning, it's better to build the other chain of the industry. That one that gives you the plus 500 to the income, and do the same reforms that will give you bonuses to the industry, which are here. As you can see, this gives you bonus for the industry, and some of the reforms over here will give you the bonus, like the option to build the industry buildings all the way. Later on, you should start and go for the corruption building instead of the industry one. Like this is the industry, but pick the right chain instead of the left one, because the corruption is getting like really high, and you don't have in the Zheng Jiang campaign, you don't have the building. There is a building that is called administration building, which reduces the corruption, but in Zheng Jiang campaign you don't have it. You have the tribute hall instead, which give you bonus like in all of the tributes in diplomacy. This is like a very big thing in Zheng Jiang, which the more fights you're gonna fight and you're gonna increase your infamy with the fighting and with the sacking and everything, you're gonna get bonus from the tributes in diplomacy. So the higher you get, the more bonus you're gonna get. At the higher level, you get 150% tribute in diplomacy, as you can see. And on top of that, you can build that building, okay, which gives you 8%, 12, 16, 20, and 30% in diplomacy, in the tribute in diplomacy. This is very useful, but it is only when you get a bit bigger and you can actually demand it from all kinds of other factions that are usually in war with you or something, and they are just too weak and they want to settle for surviving, but just paying the tribute. As you can see, like if I press the demand tribute now, even though we are that big and much more powerful than them, you can see it's say inferior and negligible, whatever it says, but we can still not demand the tribute, because I don't know exactly why, but it is something that you should try and take advantage of in Zheng Jiang campaign, because this gives us a major, a lot of money, the tribute thing. Because of those buildings, when you build like, let's say 5 buildings of those, when you have more commanderies and you upgrade them, let's say to the highest level, even not the highest level, if let's say this level, so you get 16% times 5, it's 80% bonus, plus that 150%, it's like 234, I don't remember exactly, but about 230 bonus to tribute in diplomacy. So when you ask for tribute and a lot of times it gives you like yeah, well, I want to see, yeah, negotiate,
A joy to see
yeah,
you.
tribute. So it gives you up to 8,000 income from them, 30% percent of their regular tax income from their commentaries plus trade up to 8,000. So in the Zheng Jiang campaign, because you have so much bonus, those 8,000 can easily become like 20,000, 25,000, which is a lot in this game. Like my income now, it's like 66,000, and I'm like all over the map. I don't know what is. Let's see what our corruption. Yeah, we don't have any corruption because of those buildings. So if we got like 66,000, it's not income. It's actually this is the profit. The income is like something like, I don't know, 160,000 almost. Yeah, 156,000 from taxation. So it's almost 160,000. So this is in a very late stage of the game. But when you are in the middle stage or between the middle and the start, when you get like 25,000 per turn per factions, that gives you the tribute, it makes a huge difference. At a certain point in this game, I had like 2 tributaries that gave me, I think, something like 40 or 50,000, which really made a huge difference. Yeah, I wanted to mention a mistake that I made at the beginning of the game. I didn't buy, when in my armies, I didn't use enough catapults, which made the capture of the castles much harder. Yeah, so when you do have the catapults, it's much easier to expand. And if I've done that, I think I would have expanded much earlier and didn't let the Kingdom of Zheng, which was right over here, like surrounding me, get so strong. Whenever I did attack them, they have the Defender of Earth unit, which is, let's see if I have it. Yeah, that unit. Protectors of Heaven. Sorry, those are Defenders of Earth. So against Protector of Heavens, you really need the catapults. If you don't have the Defender of Earth, and you have the Defender of Earth only if you have Emperor's Seat first. As you can see in the diplomacy, oops, those one are the you can see the dragons. So those one are the Emperor's Seats. So when you occupy one of them, you can have the Defender of Earth unit, that unit, which is really good against Protector of Heavens, the Protectors of Heaven. But before you have those ones, you should use the Trebuchet in order to take them out. Use the Trebuchet and the Fire Flaming Shot, which is this upgrade with the Strategist, in order to take them out. So when I did attack the Kingdom of Zheng, and they already have those Protectors of Heaven, then I used the Trebuchet, and then I replaced it with Defender of Earth. I would recommend you to have, at the beginning when you don't have the Defender of Earth, to use 2 Trebuchets instead of 1. If you have an enemy which has a lot of Protectors of Heaven, I would even consider to build the 3 Trebuchets. Something else that I wanted to mention is with Zheng Jiang, you can have a unit, a special unit, which is, I'm trying to, where are we? Okay, we need someone that is, yeah, here. You can see those units. So at the beginning, those one are cheaper. So the thing with the very good thing with Zheng Jiang is this unit, which has if you use sentinels, which are very good when using the melee infantry.
My lord, I answer your request.
Wait a second, I'm looking for it. Yeah. Yeah, so if you upgrade to this upgrade, it will give you the fire arrows, which is very useful in Zheng Jiang when you are using the melee infantry, because those ones and those ones have also ranged weapon. So what you can do is use this upgrade with him, and in this army you don't even have to have
my lord.
it is not that important to have a unit that shoots fire arrows. Like for example, you can have only crossbowmen that don't have any fire arrows because you're gonna have it here. Those units and that unit are pretty expensive, so at the beginning of the game it's not that smart to take them. It's better to take the Jiang Swords Guard. I think that in general in this game the best armies are using strategies alongside champions and sentinel. I think this gives you the perfect combination. At the beginning 2 trebuchets and 4 crossbowmen, or heavy crossbowmen you can only buy when your character reaches to level 6. But before of that, you should use, I think, two trebuchets and 4 normal crossbowmen, and then use the fire arrows over here, because the fire is very important when you are attacking castles and settlements, and also when there is an encampment, like that, right? And if like the enemy is in encampment like that, the fire arrows are unbelievably important. The trebuchet can also do the trick. The thing is that I prefer not to waste the trebuchet's ammo. Okay, so that. Now I want to talk more about the management of the cities, which is the most complicated part of this game. As you upgrade the cities, it will take you more and more food. So in general, you should first upgrade that area alongside with the industry, and that one you should also invest a lot in this part of the tree, the green one. It gives you a lot of bonuses for the food and also allows you to build better buildings for keeping your food higher. And that's how you can repair your city, like upgrade your city to level 8. Okay, now bear in mind that when you are upgrading the city, the main reason for that is because you want some more building slots. If you are upgrading, let's say you got to level 5 and you want to upgrade to level 6, if you don't want to go all the way to level 7, it just doesn't worth it, because you don't get any more building slots. As you can see, in level 5 you get 4, and level 6 you get 4, and level 7 you get 5, in level 8 you get 6. In level 9 and 10 you still get 6, so I wouldn't recommend it. You get some bonuses like for the income from peasantry, but in commerce and reserve capacity, but I don't think it is important enough in order to upgrade them to level 10. It's better to keep the food high. It gives you bonuses from income from peasantry and reserves, and use the rest of the food to just make as much of
a welcome sight.
Trade deals as much as possible, especially with the factions that have minus in the food. Let's peace out with her, whatever.
Your terms are acceptable.
So now if we want to, for example, if we are going to offer some food, okay, let's offer 50 just for yeah, as you can see we get a huge bonus here. For example, we can request regular payments. If she didn't have a minus 34 food, we would not be able to extract that much of her, that much money. As you can see, we can just get a huge load of money. Okay, we can even take this down. As you can see, 34, because she had 34, this gives us a really big boost. Yeah, it gives us some more. Yeah, you can see 37. It gives us like plus 54.5 positive factors, and we are now making a deal with her for the trade, and 9,000 each turn, which is a lot.
So be it.
Okay. What else? Yeah, let's finish with the buildings thing. So we talked about the industry that we want to develop first, alongside with the food, and the same goes with the reforms to go alongside with it. The commerce is less important. It's usually more important in yeah, in those kind of settlements, when you have like the minor settlement also have commerce, so you see we get 170 income from commerce, so it makes sense to build like another building of commerce, and then this building that gives us bonus to the commerce for both of them. Yeah, so this is for the commerce part. We talked about the food part. Now the happiness. Yeah, we talked about the corruption, that we are using the same building as the industry one, and the happiness Grand Temple of Confunction is incredibly important. Yeah, this building for the character experience is the bigger your army grows and the bigger your empire grows, this makes more sense to use it, because you build only one building and give you plus 16% for all of your characters. So the more characters you have, the more it makes sense to do that. This is special for Zheng's Jiang. This gives you a 10% replenishment faction wide, which that's why our units replenish so fast. Let's say take that one, we're replenishing at a rate of 50% per turn. So in 2 turns we're gonna get this unit full, which is incredibly important. This is incredibly fast. Without those buildings, like I have like few of those buildings like in my kingdom. I can't find it now, but we saw it before. Wait, find it. Yeah. So without those buildings, our army would not replenish that fast. So I think this is like a very important building for Zheng Jiang. It's only for Zheng Jiang. Yeah, so I think that covers the buildings. The building one, yeah, we talk about the corruption. Yeah, we talk about that. This gives us bonus for the commerce and the trade influence. Of course, we are going to build it at the castles that we are going to have a commerce building. Like here, you see we have the lodge. Okay, now for the characters, I wanted to mention a few more things. Zheng Jiang have a very good... She like specifically the character, now she's dead, but when she was alive, she have a very good spearman. So now you can, when she reached level 6, I'm looking for a champion level 6. Demonstrate you what I mean. Yeah, let's take that one for example. No. Yeah, so she get those ones, the heavy spear guard, which is pretty useful. So I would, at the beginning I started to use them, and I saw that they were extremely useful, especially when they are using the formation of the turtle. Because it gives them 45% range block chance, and they basically have 50%, so it's gonna give us like 95% range block chance, which makes this unit almost vulnerable to missile. Though that unit also have that, but it gives them like 40% bonus to 40%, so it's like 90%, so they are twice as much vulnerable as this unit when in turtle formation, because this one have 5% vulnerability, and that one only 10%, the other one. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so what else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, so the chronological order of the game. At the beginning, we just captured a few provinces, and then we expanded. We tried to make some money, and then take out the Kingdom of Zheng, which made like a huge problem to us, because they have like they had many allies. I think that it is very important to use the ambushes in this game, and I didn't use it at the beginning, and I understood it in later on. It's not only useful for ambushing the enemy's forces, it's also useful to be invisible, because when you are doing the ambush, the computer thinks that your army is not there. So it's like you can get like very good results with only ambushing, because the computer will not have like his army is ready for you in the city or whatever settlement you want to conquer. Yeah, so what else about Zheng Jiang? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered all of it. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, we talk about the tributes, right? Quick deals, trade agreement, tributes, confederations. Yeah, so it was a very fun campaign, I have to mention. I think that the building of the replenishment and the building of the the whole thing with her of the tributes, it's a very, it gives like a very good, it's very interesting to play that way. This is also, I wanted to talk about it. This is like enables also the unbreakable stance for us. Like when you get to this, you can see like here you don't have that, and here you get your, like all your forces are unbreakable, so all your forces are not going to like never surrender, they never break in battle. So this is also one unit, one thing that is very important. I think that I really enjoyed the Zheng Jiang because of that thing here. This, like every faction naturally have like its bonuses in this game, but I think that her bonuses was very like very fun because the unbreakable thing and the tribute thing, it makes her like very unique. And I don't know why I really enjoyed this campaign in particular. I think maybe because also it started that hard. When you start the campaign, it's like extremely hard. Like you have almost you don't have any settlement. You need to conquer your first settlement, and then like everybody hates you. So yeah, I think it was very hard. I think also in reality, I think that it was like it was a rebellion that was crushed pretty fast because she didn't stand a lot of chance. And this is also in this game, it's like you will have a very like challenging campaign with her, I would say. Yeah, one more thing that I want to talk about. Yeah, every time I remember another thing. When you do have like when the empire seats are getting taken, like all the dragon style ones, so when you have like your rivals gonna have the protectors of heaven, and then you're going to use the trebuchet and everything, I think it is very wise, and I didn't do it I think fast enough to take one of the seats, like to capture one of the settlements in order to have like the defender of earth, because the defender of earth is much more effective than the trebuchet against the protector of earth, and in general against the infantry. Like usually the trebuchet like skills like maybe half of the amount of defenders of earth kill. Even though the defenders of earth are pretty easy to, it's not very hard to kill them if you have like heavy crossbowmen, because heavy crossbowmen have like, all crossbowmen have 250 range, and defender of earth have only 150. But the defender of earth, like when they reach the target, they crush it. So these defender of earth are the most valuable thing against the protectors of heaven. And I think the first thing you need to do is to take one of the seats and not delay it, because I think I delayed it too much and it made like my life a bit tough with those protectors of heavens. Yeah, so I think this is everything I wanted to talk about, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye bye.